right, hello everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel as the Garden Turns. And today is Friday and it's July something. I know my birthday is coming up. It's the 26th. I am a Leo and proud to be. And I think Leos are just the shiznick. Okay, so today is Friday, July 11th. Yesterday I want to wish my only real father that I've known, father figure that I've known in my life, Mr. O'Shawn, happy birthday. And it was yesterday, but I did wish him happy birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. I did make pastrami. There will be some left, and it is made with your favorite meat, corned beef. If you would like, you can come over and get a plate. All right, there we go. So let's go on ahead to what we're doing here. So as I said, I made pastrami last night. This house smells marvelous. I put it in my slow cooker, and it basically was in there for like 12 hours. It's supposed to go like 10, but it was pretty good. It's pretty good, and it looks pretty nice. And so we're going to be having that on some homemade Texas toast that we're going to be making here. And then it's going to be like a deli night. I tell y'all, I like to do like weird things on Fridays with our food here. And so today we're going to do it sort of like a deli style. You know what I'm saying? So what I got planned today is the slow cooker pastrami, which we have done. I just got to throw it in the oven to crisp up the crust on it. Okay. And then I'm going to make some homemade Texas toast with some cucumber slaw, some homemade potato chips with garden grown potatoes. And then that slaw is going to be made with some garden grown cucumbers. And then I'm going to be making, and that's what this video is for, some giant black and white cookies. And then also what's going to go with this is some copycat Ted Drew's frozen custard. Okay, I told y'all I was going to be doing frozen custard recipes. This is going to be the first one. So most things that I do are like custards. I don't do a lot of just like plain ice creams. I add egg to my my ice creams, making them custards. So this is going to be the first. I know I've done this before. I'm not sure if I've done this on my channel yet, but I will be doing the Ted Drew's copycat frozen custard today. We're gonna have that with the cookies. Okay, so go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. I'm thinking, I think we're gonna be called the Turners. Okay, y'all, because we turn things into delicious things, new things. We reuse things. We turn things into other things. You get me? As the garden turns. The garden, I'm going to be using them cucumbers that I grew. I'm going to turn them into cucumber slaw. I'm going to use some of the potatoes that I grew. I'm going to turn those into potato chips. So you see where I'm going with the Turners? Become a Turner, y'all. Subscribe right now. And then we're going to get into making these giant black and white cookies. I make big things. So I'm a Leo. Okay. I'm a Leo, so I'm just saying that. All right, so let's get into making these cookies, and we got to make some homemade icing. Okay, so you're going to need, this recipe, by the way, is from Preppy Kitchen. Okay, Preppy Kitchen. So you're going to need 6 tablespoons of soft butter. Okay, and then he calls for just regular all-purpose flour. I'm going to be using cake flour because it's going to make a softer cake like cookie, and I think that's kind of what you want with a black and white cookie. You want it to be like a nice cake like texture, but still a cookie. And then it's supposed to have like a lemon flavor. I have never eaten a black and white cookie, so this will be the first time in my life that I've tried one. But my husband gets them from Trader Joe's, I think, and so he loves these. So he was like, "You making black and white cookies?" He sounded like that. Just saying. Okay, so we got our butter here. 6 tablespoons of butter. You want to add 1 egg, and this egg should be room temp. Okay, and then you also need a 1/2 cup of sugar. All right, and then you need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. And that's where I'm like differing from his recipe. He calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm going to add some lemon to my recipe here. Okay, and then you want to mix this together. All right, now you need a 1/3 cup of buttermilk. grab my sifter here. You're gonna need to sift in 1 1/3 cup of cake flour. They got a new variety, a new brand of cake flour now at my store. So they finally had it. But cake flour is literally just flour with some cornstarch mixed in. I have a recipe on my channel. I don't know if it's like a separate recipe or if it's a recipe on something. It might be a recipe for something that I made and I needed to make cake flour. But it is on my channel. So there's 1 1/3 cup of flour. You need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. All right. And then sift this in, and then we're going to mix it all together. It has just been unrelentlessly hot here. It's just been hot, and then we got like a 1 day of relief with the rain, and it's just hot, right back hot again. You want to mix this together. All right, here is the finished batter. And then you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I'm just clearing the sides. This is a really soft batter. Okay, let me get my scoop and my trays. Okay, so I got my parchment lined baking tray here, and I want to make big cookies, okay? Okay, so I got my scoop. Let's try first to put down the scoop here. Okay, and then I want to take my knife here, join it together in the middle. And then I'm trying to round it off a little bit. All right, y'all, that's the first two. Okay, so now we're going to make the icing. So you need a chocolate icing, and then you need the white icing. So we have 2 cups of powdered sugar here in my bowl. And to this, I'm going to add 2, let me see here. Okay, lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Want to make sure that wasn't tablespoons. And I do not have fresh lemon juice, but you can use fresh lemon juice. That is my oven. Okay, you need 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. Just gonna eyeball that. And a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're gonna divide this up. All right, so you wanna mix this all together. Okay, so now you want to add about a tablespoon of water, and then you're just going to mix this until it all comes together. Okay, so now you want to divide your icing in half here. And then you want to mix in about a tablespoon of, what, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Okay, so I have my chocolate icing here that's done, and I have my white icing here, and I am just waiting on my cookies to come out the oven. They are huge, y'all, and we're gonna ice those, and then I'm gonna move on to my frozen custard. All right, get the cookies out here. There is the first tray. Those are beautiful. That's pretty, and they're set. Let me see this other one. I don't know, I'm gonna leave this in there a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer for the middle to set, but these are giant cookies. So these are the giant black and white cookies. I'm gonna let these cool a little bit, and then I am going to ice them. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so we're gonna ice these. These just are still a little bit warm, so I'm gonna flip these. And I'm first gonna put down my vanilla ice in here. Put on a scoop. And I got 2 more to ice, so you wanna split this up. You want to spread. Okay, next, you want to put down your chocolate. Okay, now let's get this side here. Okay, all right, so these are iced. I got 2 more to go. I'm just making this look pretty, that's all. All right, let me give you a close-up look of these. All right, here are the first 2 down. I got 2 more to go. Black and white, giant black and white cookies. All right, y'all. So my cookies have set. Let me show you how big these things are. Here's one. Look at this. This is my hand. There's one. Let me get number two. Number two. Number three. Look at these. Huge. And number four. We got 4 huge, massive, huge black and white cookies. These are going to be for our dessert tonight. It's going to go with our pastrami. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, make these big ass cookies. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video, which I think for me is going to be homemade Texas toast. That's coming up next. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I'm serving up dessert here. My husband is going, are you cutting one of these in half or you going to take a whole one?
I ain't gonna eat the whole.
No, I didn't think so. I'm going to get, oh, this is.
I might though, who knows?
This is set enough. All right. Don't show them your dessert.
Oh.
We got the black and white cookie with the homemade frozen custard. All right, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. All right, so my homemade potato chips are out. I'm gonna put a little bit of Creole seasoning in, just a little bit. And shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. Okay. All right, and then I have my toasted, it is giant, Texas toast here, homemade. And I'm gonna put on some pastrami. And then we're gonna put some pickles and stuff on as well. Get us some nice pieces of pastrami there, homemade. Some of our slaw, our cucumber slaw here. And some of our homemade potato chips. We're gonna put some lettuce and stuff on there. And then for dessert, we have our giant black and white cookies with frozen custard. So I'm gonna plate this up later so y'all can see how everything look, the dessert how it's gonna look.
A15 5G.
Oh, okay. And so let me show you what we having for dinner tonight. This is what we having for dinner tonight. We got our homemade slow cooked pastrami on homemade Texas toast, homemade garden grown potato chips, and homemade garden grown cucumber slaw. This is what we are having for dinner tonight. What are you having? Huh? Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.